Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing a brand new reading about your career. In front of you there are three groups. The first one is the blue disc, followed by a red paddle, and the third group is the green yo-yo. So please pick one with your intuition, and if you need more time to decide, then pause this video. Let's begin. Hello group 1, if you chose the blue disc, then let's find out what's next in your career. So we have Gemini in your 9th house. So you have a deep natural curiosity that never really turns off. You're someone who craves learning. You crave meaning. You crave experiences that make you feel alive and connected to the bigger world. You're drawn to new cultures, new countries, different belief systems, philosophy, and big questions, travel or exploration, deep conversation, or stimulating ideas, And I feel that some of you from your childhood or teenage years, you may have been the type to ask questions like, why are we here? What will the world look like in 100 or 1,000 years? What is the purpose of me living here? Why me born in this world? You are a lifelong learner, always evolving. And because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of communication, you're meant to express what you learn through speaking, writing, teaching, storytelling, content creation, translation, or even travel blogging, Many of you quite literally have the budget or the opportunity to travel, or for others, the opportunities will soon become available. I'm seeing traveling for work, holiday, studying abroad, taking short courses in different countries, going on exchange programs, receiving scholarships, getting accepted into a university or college far from home, or being granted a visa for study or work overseas, For some, your higher education path will require you to move to another state, city, or country altogether. So now Spirit is showing me that many of you will be studying subjects like language, journalism, philosophy, religion, education, international business, tourism, or media or communication, Anything that helps you connect with the world in a bigger way. Because your soul grows through movement and exploration. And at some point in your journey, and for many of you, this is already happening. Your career will involve international energy, You could already work with clients from different countries in tourism or hospitality, or teach abroad, or you could become a translator or interpreter, or you could speak multiple languages. You could work in media, journalism, or work for an international corporation, or you could travel frequently for your job, or eventually you might move permanently overseas for work. Your work is meant to cross borders, whether physically or intellectually. Now let's talk about your shadow sign, because it's coming through strongly here. With Gemini energy here, you can sometimes want to learn everything at once. Start many things but finish few. Get bored easily, switch interests suddenly, or you could feel mentally overloaded, overwhelmed, or feel restless when life becomes too predictable. That's why grounding is so important for you, So you should slow down, focus, choose one thing and give your full energy. Your ideas are brilliant, but they need direction, Now let's get some cards. So we have the Death card here. This is powerful. It's talking about transformation, out with the old, in with the new. Some of you are already in the process of ending something, whether it be a job, a study path, a living situation, or a relationship, because it no longer resonates with who you're becoming. And for others, the ending is coming soon. Because the Death card is telling me that you can't start a new chapter unless you release what's holding you back. If you're unhappy with your current job or lifestyle, it's time to walk away, It's time to decide, because you've outgrown something and you know it. Because you want a life where you feel passion, purpose, belonging, mental stimulation, creative freedom, financial independence, emotional peace. Because you're not meant to live a small life, with Gemini in 9th house, Gemini ruled by Mercury already. So it's about your voice. You're meant to express yourself. You're meant to communicate. And you could shine in writing, speaking, teaching, coaching, journalism, translation, social media, creative projects, language learning, or storytelling. Because you have many creative ideas and you're meant to share them, okay? So another message coming through is that some of you haven't fully found your life purpose yet, or you're in the early stages. And this isn't a bad thing. It means you're exploring, learning, expanding, just like your soul is meant to. As you travel, study, and meet new people, your purpose will become clearer. And for some of you, you will find your life purpose abroad, either through a new culture, school, or an experience that changes you deeply. This message is for you if you have children. Some of you could be stay-at-home parents, housewives, or caregivers who haven't returned to the workforce yet. You may still have big responsibilities with children or home life. And this is the time now, an opportunity could be coming. Something flexible, something that gives you financial freedom and independence. Find a home business, work from home, or a side hustle. You could, do part-time remote work, online work, or find freelance opportunities, and this will help you rebuild your confidence and reconnect with your sense of purpose. Now we have Ace of Pentacles. If you're already happy with your job or path, expect more income, more money, opportunities, financial stability. You could get promotions or recognized for your work, or you find new clients or growth. But if you're not happy, then Ace of Pentacles here is talking about new beginnings waiting for you. But you must decide, okay? And this is your sign to step into the life you truly want, because you're meant to explore, travel, learn, and expand, guys. Your soul is not meant to stay in one small place, physically, mentally, or spiritually, because your destiny, I feel like, is connected to international experiences, higher education, deep conversations, expressing your ideas, talents, and discovering your true path through exploration. And what's coming is that some of you stepping into your new era of purpose, belonging, and confidence. Alrighty, let's move on. What's next in your career? So we have Capricorn in 6th house. You're highly responsible, disciplined, and incredibly ambitious, especially when it comes to work, your daily routines, and your health. Because Capricorn is about structure, maturity, long-term goals, and steady progress. And when it sits in 6th house, it's talking about your work ethic, your day-to-day routine, your health, and the way you show up in service to others. It creates this energy of someone who doesn't do anything half-heartedly. When you commit with your whole heart and soul. You want to be successful, and I feel like you want to make a difference, a positive impact in the world. You might look serious, especially when you're working. You have a strong work ethic, you value consistency, and you value money earned through hard work, And with Capricorn in the 6th house, you naturally carry leadership qualities, even if you haven't stepped fully into this position yet. But in the future, you will, okay? Kind of like you step into positions of authority, management, or leadership. You're meant to guide, oversee, or organize others. And I feel that that's part of your soul path. And the 6th house rules health, and Capricorn rules the bones, the teeth, especially the knees. So you may need to take extra care of these areas of your body, okay? So stretching, strengthening, having some regular checkups, go to the gym more, exercise. These things will support you long term. Okay, this is an important message. I feel like some of you could be late bloomers. So if you haven't hit your peak yet, don't worry. You might find your career success after your Saturn return, or after the ages of 30 or 35. It may come later, but when it arrives, it's solid, it stays, okay? Now let's move into the cards. So we have Three of Wands. Wow, this is beautiful. This talks about expansion, travel, growth, and new opportunities. It feels like you're actively looking for ways to improve your finances, elevate your work, and raises your social network or status, And if you remember earlier in the reading, we had Gemini in 9th house. Gemini rules learning, travel, curiosity, and communication. And the fact that, we have this Three of Wands again, so the messages keep repeating itself. So I feel like many of you will be traveling more for work or studying something new or even exploring opportunities abroad or local, And if you're in school or college, some of you might do exchange programs, study overseas, or connect with other students or people from different cultures, backgrounds, or belief systems. And these connections help you learn more about life, about your studies, and about yourself, okay? So some of you manifesting new beginnings, new places, new communities, friendships where you feel a sense of belonging. And yes, even though you love adventure and movement, with Capricorn in 6th house, you ultimately crave stability. You want financial independence and freedom. You want a secure foundation and financial stability to stand on. We have the Page of Wands, which is such a bright, passionate, and creative energy, guys. Many of you are naturally creative, even if you don't always give yourself credit for it. This is the time to use your creativity to your advantage, Some of you might work in creative industry or pursue something later that brings excitement or passion back into your daily life. And I feel that some of you still in early stages of discovering what truly lights you up. You might reconnect with an old hobby, passion, something you used to love, or something you naturally give to that. And this passion can lead you to success. It could take you to the pinnacle in your career, guys. So be open to new ideas, opportunities, people, and new conversations. And some of you could collaborate or teamwork, You may join a team, work in partnership with someone, or meet people who help you grow and bring out the best in you. And you will find your soul tribe, your soul family, Now we have the Lovers. Interesting. So if you're single, you could meet a romantic partner through work, travel, or health-related environments like the gym, a fitness class, or somewhere connected to wellness or your daily routines, your work, And this connection can help you feel natural, aligned, and divinely guided. Alrighty, so let's see your zodiac signs. So we have Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Leo, Capricorn, Aries, or Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So that's all I have for you guys. If the reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more readings. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hello, Group 2. If you chose the red paddle, then let's see what's next in your career. So we have Scorpio in the 11th house. Wow, this is intense energy, guys. Many of you are craving deep and meaningful connections rather than anything superficial. With Scorpio sitting in the 11th house, is talking about friendships, social networks, and community. So you are not the type to tolerate flaky people. You're not impressed by surface level interactions because you want authenticity. You want real soul-to-soul chemistry and conversations, I'm seeing that you might not have a large social networks or friends. You might even see yourself as more of a lone wolf, and that's okay. Because Scorpio here makes you picky, very selective about who you let into your world. It's not that you're cold, it's that you have high standards and you've probably had experiences in the past that taught you to be careful. Trust doesn't come easily for you, okay? Some of you may keep emotionally guards up because you don't want to be betrayed, used, or disappointed again. But here's the thing. This placement is asking you to open up to new connections, because the people you attract now or in the future soon can bring powerful growth into your life, whether through friendships, collaborations, or even networks connected to your career, Scorpio in the 11th house shows that you can gain so much through the people you meet and work with. With this combination, I feel like you're extremely loyal with this energy. When you commit to someone, you ride or die. You stay with them through thick and thin. But, you have some kind of like shadow side as well. Your emotional intensity. Your feelings can go to extremes, guys, like super high highs, super low lows. So don't put anyone on the pedestals and don't take others' opinions too seriously, guys. Let relationships breathe. Let yourself breathe, okay? And go with the flow. But one of your gifts with Scorpio in the 11th house is that your ability to influence people, to influence in a group. So kind of like you can become a powerful force in your community you join. People feel your energy, okay? You inspire them or challenge them to improve. You can lead, transform, or guide, guys. And because the 11th house is the house of hopes and dreams, I'm seeing that many of you have big visions for your future or your career. You're multi-talented. Some of you might even be a jack of all trades. So keep going, guys. Keep nurturing your dreams because your dreams are not unreachable, okay? Now let's get into the cards. So we have King of Wands. Wow, beautiful energy. For those of you already doing something you love or beginning a path you're passionate about, expect more money, recognition, and even rise in status. Some of you might attract powerful people who notice your talent and help elevate your career. You could be business oriented, so you might already run your own business or be considering starting one, because the King of Wands here telling me that you have natural leadership skills. You're creative, passionate, and independent, and you don't want to follow rules or anyone. You want to lead, okay? And this card will grant your wishes because it's connected to your ambition. And you have the talent to manage groups, build teams, and inspire others. So you might notice breakthroughs, your confidence growing, or a sense of fulfillment entering your life. For example, some of you might be invited into a leadership role at work, or others might meet a mentor who sees your potential. Or you might launch a project, a side hustle, and suddenly the right people show up to support you, We have the Lovers card here. You might start attracting people who genuinely vibe with you, like you, people who feel like soul family. And with the 11th house emphasized, some of you will finally meet true friends who feel like you've known them forever. So if your friendship is non-existent or have been lacking or full of conflict, this will shift. New connections, new social circles, and new relationships are entering your life. And for some of you, a friendship could even turn into something romantic, or a romantic partner may come through your social circle or work. Financial improvement is also showing up here. You may receive a raise, a bonus, or a new opportunity. Some of you might receive support either from people, organizations, or a community effort. For example, a co-worker recommends you for a better position, or a friend helps you get into a career field you've always wanted, or you get invited to an event where you meet someone influential and helpful for your career. I feel like your life will look very busy, but you need to create a healthy work-life balance, guys. So don't forget to rest, move your body, eat nourishing food, and take care of your physical health, because when your body feels good, your spirit thrives. Now I see a mirror. You're looking at the mirror. So some of you very attractive, and you will attract many attention. Did you hear the ambulance, the siren? So you attract attention wherever you go because your energy is intense, okay? You might even work in the field connected to beauty, aesthetics, fashion, makeup,
skincare, wellness, or even social media. You could also simply be leveling up your appearance because you're stepping into a new version of yourself, or your work may require your face or beauty. Your beauty, confidence, and charisma will draw people to what you like a magnet, guys. Like, some of you might change your hairstyle and suddenly start getting compliments, or you upgrade your wardrobe and feel more confident, or you start a self-care routine that boosts your energy and glow, because your radiance helps you manifest, and it helps you attract the right people and the right opportunities into your life. Okay, let's move on. What else in your career? So we have Aquarius in 8th house. I'm feeling that many of you are naturally unconventional. Kind of like you are free spirit. You want to follow your own path, your own rhythm. You don't like being boxed in or told what to do, because you prefer to do things in your own original way, whatever feels right to you. Some of you feel things very deeply, even if people on the outside don't always notice. Your mood may go up and down, or you may overthink a lot. But you should slow down, breathe, relax, have fun, Don't take everything so seriously. Give yourself permission to have fun again. With Aquarius in the 8th house, some of you might be feeling a little isolated or misunderstood. You might feel like an outsider at work, family, or in your social circles. Maybe someone treated you like you didn't belong, or you haven't felt appreciated or seen. But it's okay. Those people were not meant to stay in your life long term, okay? When one door closes, another door opens. Sometimes the universe removes people so better ones, the right people, can come in. For example, maybe a co-worker never listened to your ideas, or a friend group always made you feel like the odd one out. That rejection was actually protection, okay? Soon you will attract people who will appreciate your uniqueness, your voice, your talent. And the 8th house is all about mystics, spirituality, the unseen, transformation, and rebirth. And Aquarius here means you may have an intellectual approach to deep, taboo, or spiritual topics like the afterlife, psychic abilities, astrology, healing, psychology, or shadow work. You need to know that many of you are extremely intuitive, even psychic. Some of you have an inner knowing that hits you before your mind catches up. So don't doubt your own gifts, okay? And your intuition is a compass guiding you exactly where you need to be. For example, you might get a gut feeling about someone, and later you discover you were right. So you just know when something is off, okay? So trust your intuition, guys. So now let's get into the readings. So we have 7 of Swords. This card confirms what I said earlier. Some people have disappointed you. Maybe they betrayed your trust, didn't treat you right, or made you feel invisible. At work, your colleagues or managers might not have recognized your contributions or talents. You may have found it difficult to speak up or express your concerns. You put in so much hard work and patience, and yet you didn't see the result you hoped for. But here's the thing. Life is not a destination, it's a journey. But here's the thing. Once you learn the lesson, the blessing arrives. And you will meet people who see your worth, who admire your skills, who value your presence, So have patience with yourself and with your desires, guys. Good things take time. We have the High Priestess here. Wow, guys, your intuition is coming through so strongly here. The High Priestess is a sign of psychic abilities, spiritual gifts, and inner wisdom. So some of you were born with these gifts. They might run in your family line. So your grandparents or parents might have been intuitive, healers, energy workers, or spiritually gifted. So you have the ability to turn pain into power, lessons into blessings, confusion into clarity. Some of you already work in healing, spirituality, psychology, counseling, energy work, or you will be stepping into this field soon. For example, maybe you're the friend everyone comes to for advice because you always know the right thing to say, or maybe strangers open up to you out of nowhere, So these are signs of your healing energy. So we have the Star here, beautiful energy, guys. If you've been working hard on something you love, your art, your business, your career, your personal healing, expect to see the result, the fruits of your labor, okay? It may not happen overnight, but your persistence and hard work is going to pay off. Some of you may become well-known, recognized, or admired in your field. People will start noticing your talent and your work. And if you're already in the public eye, expect more people checking you out. Your popularity is increasing. You're meant to shine, okay? I feel like you should open to new conversations and new people. Don't just shut yourself off because of past pain or experiences. Don't just close your heart too quickly. Stay open to different perspectives, new opportunities, new people, new conversations, guys. For example, if someone invites you to a networking event, say yes. If a coworker wants to work with you, try it. If a stranger starts a conversation, entertain it, These connections may lead to friendships, opportunities, or even unexpected blessings. You never know. I feel that, some of you are very mysterious when people first meet you. You don't open up easily. You keep your cards close to your chest, which can make you hard to read, That can be good too, because it can protect your energy, but it can also make people feel like you're distant or uninterested. So don't isolate yourself, guys. Don't carry everything alone. If you have too many responsibilities, ask for help. Share the load. Let people in. Because the right people will support you and help you grow, either personally or professionally. So you're transforming, you're healing, and you step into your power. And the universe is aligning the right people with your path. So let go of what's not meant for you and watch how quickly your life begins to open, guys. So let's see your zodiac signs. So we have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces, Aries, Scorpio, Leo, Virgo, and Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So that's all I have for you guys. If the reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more readings. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hi, Group 3. If you chose the green yo-yo, then let's find out what's next in your career. So we have Taurus in 12th house. Interesting. I feel like some of you might find career success, financial stability, or your job away from your birthplace. Why I know that? Because the 12th house rules foreign lands, distant countries, whereas Taurus rules material possessions like money, job, stability, comfort, or belongings, So this combination is giving me a clear message that some of you are destined to build your career, your wealth, your money, or entire your life foundation in a foreign country. For example, you were born in Europe, but end up building a business in Asia. Or you might leave your hometown at 21 and unexpectedly find a dream job in, let's say, Australia, Canada at 24, Or you might plan a short trip abroad and suddenly receive an opportunity that changes everything. Another strong message here is about your emotional attachment to material things. You someone hold on tightly to your belongings, possessions, or money for emotional comfort. But Spirit is saying that attachment can sometimes become unhealthy. For example, you could work in a job that drains you because it pays the bill. Or you stay in a career that gives you no joy simply because it provides security. Or you're feeling anxious at the idea of letting go of material comfort, whether it's a job, your living situation, even though your heart is calling you towards something different, just somewhere meaningful, If you're feeling exhausted, drained, or demotivated, it's the sign. That's your sign to shift directions. So detach from the material for a moment and choose the path that feels more aligned with your soul, your passion, and your deeper purpose. With the Taurus in the 12th house, you also have the natural ability to uncover secrets, because the 12th house rules the unseen, the hidden, the mysterious. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love and relationships. So for many of you, you might naturally uncover hidden love affairs, secrets in relationship, the truth behind people's intention, or things others try to hide from you. So it's easy for you to uncover the secrets, You may be the type who just knows when someone's lying, or you might have dreams that reveal what's going behind the scenes. Because your intuition is very strong, almost psychic, okay? Now let's get into the cards. So we have Knight of Pentacles. So it's telling me that money is coming, guys, but slowly and steadily. So expect more financial stability. You could have multiple income streams or find a new way to make more money, have a side hustle. And I feel like you're not meant to struggle financially later in life. Even if you never become a millionaire, you will feel content with what you earn or do for a living because it feels aligned with who you are. I also feel that many of you, your true life purpose goes beyond career. I know that this is the career reading, but I'm seeing family, love, children here. The energy of home and nurturing keeps showing up. So some of you are destined to build a loving family, raise children, create emotional stability, or become a nurturer or caretaker of your household, become a housewife. Many of you will do this in a foreign land because we have the 12th house here. The success you're walking toward will require hard work, trials and tribulations, and perseverance. Some of you wish success would come early, maybe in your teens or 20s, but I'm seeing here that it may come around 30, 35, or even 40. You carry a lot on your plate, guys, because I know that you love helping people, you nurture those around you, you like to take care of your family, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful. But you need to take time for yourself and try to live in the present, If you have children, don't be afraid to ask your partner for help so that you can go out with your friends. Make time for yourself. Honor your own energy. Because when you fill your own cup, the universe can finally pull energy back into you. There's something special about your throat chakra, your voice, your communication, expression. And I'm being shown a lighthouse. So it may mean that you are a beacon of light for others. You inspire people. Your words of service heal people. Your presence guides people who are lost. You might not even realize how many people admire you, some quietly, secretly, from the background. You know why? Because the 12th house rules hidden people. So you may have supporters or admirers you're not even aware of. And with the Taurus in 12th house, some of you haven't fully stepped into your purpose yet. Many of you haven't really discovered your true calling or talent yet. Because the 12th house rules hidden gifts, talents, and yours are awakening. So your angels and spirit guides are sending you signs, whether it be feathers, repeated numbers, dreams, symbols, synchronicities. So kind of like they're leaving breadcrumbs for you, guiding you toward your destiny, toward your happiness, And I feel that you're not alone, and you're being guided toward the path that you're meant to walk, which is beautiful, guys. Alrighty, let's move on. What's next in your career? So we have Capricorn in 3rd house. The first thing that came to my mind was you're serious, logical, and disciplined. You think before you speak, and you don't waste words. You don't just speak for the sake of talking, but instead you speak with purpose, And some of you prefer deep and productive conversation instead of shallow small talks. You like meaningful conversations. And I feel that many of you are a bit reserved or introverted, especially when it comes to communication. Like you observe first and speak later. And some of you may even struggle with public speaking or feel nervous when all eyes are on you or people look at you. The 3rd house is not only about communication, it's also your gift, your talent. So if you're afraid of speaking publicly, remember your voice is part of your destiny, your mission, your life purpose, okay? Because you're meant to speak for something bigger than yourself, not just for the sake of your job or a task or responsibility, but for a purpose. For example, some of you may end up teaching, guiding, leading, motivating, or speaking on topics that help others heal or grow. And I feel that with Capricorn in 3rd house, you're very direct. When you speak with truth, and you value honesty and efficiency. But sometimes, the truth can hurt people. Your truth can feel sharp to others. I know that you're not trying to hurt anyone, and you dislike sugarcoating. If something is wrong, you say it. If something needs to be fixed, you point it out. That's your gift. Another strange message I've got is that you don't really like showing your emotions, feelings, or any kind of weakness. For example, you don't let people see you cry, and you tend to keep your vulnerable side hidden. And I feel that what's coming up in your career or daily routine is that movement. You may travel more, commute somewhere new, take a short trip, or change your daily routines. Some of you may even switch environments completely. And you're extremely adaptable, Honestly, if someone dropped you in the middle of a jungle, you would figure out how to survive. That's how resourceful and adaptable you are. The third house also speaks about siblings, your brothers or sisters. So with Capricorn here, your siblings might be responsible, disciplined, or hold leadership positions. Or you might be the authoritative one in the family. When you speak, people listen. Your voice carries power, and some of you are natural teachers, managers, leaders, or entrepreneurs, whether you realize it or not. Now let's move to cards. So we have King of Wands here. This is powerful energy, guys. The King of Wands is talking about ambition, stability, confidence, and leadership. So some of you are stepping into a leadership position, or you're about to take charge of your own life in a big way. You might find yourself working for you, or you're building something that puts you in control. You're very creative. Ideas come to you out of nowhere because you're divinely guided. But you should be careful of overthinking, okay? Because your mind is strong and creative, but it can run too fast. So take time to breathe, relax, and ground yourself, guys, so clarity can flow. We have Knight of Cups here. So it talks about offers, opportunities, new directions, and emotional renewal. So some of you will receive a message, an offer, a phone call, an email, or guidance from someone who helps you figure out your next steps. And if you've been feeling stuck, this card is talking about a shift in your energy. So when you release what's holding you back, either an old job, old habits, old fears, you will step into a new chapter, a new life path, a new career direction. Because we have the wheel of fortune here. So the wheel is turning in your favor. The universe is aligning with you. So when you take one step, the universe takes 10. And blessings come when you choose change, when you choose growth, when you choose yourself. Because growth involves change. So don't be afraid to take risks and put yourself out there, guys. You might start a new project, a new routine, or find a new version of yourself. Something fresh is entering your life, something destined and aligned. But sometimes your faith goes up and down. You believe when things go well, but when challenges come, you doubt yourself. You ask yourself, why? And your guides want you to tell you that you're talented, you're gifted. You have a natural ability that's meant to be shared. Because the third house is talking about your natural skills, your natural gifts. So your innate intelligence, your unique voice. So when you believe in your gift, you're already halfway to success, guys. So believe in yourself. And many of you step into a new identity, a new purpose, a new chapter, a new career, a new growth. You're becoming the version of yourself that you were always meant to be. And that's powerful and that's beautiful, guys. Now let's see your zodiac signs. So we have Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, Libra, Capricorn, Pisces, or Taurus Sun, Moon, or Rising. So that's all I have for you guys. If the reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more readings. Thanks for watching. Bye.